Backcast SuperCon 2025. My name is Brendan Allen from ComicCon.com. This morning we're doing 5 points with IXO America's Clint LaFollette. You are the designer for IXO America. IXO has been around for decades in Europe, making 1/43rd scale, right?
Correct, yes.
And now you guys are here in the United States and you're doing 1/64th?
Yeah, so we're going to focus our efforts on bringing 164 to the market using IXO's backing. So they've been in business for years and years. They've got all the experience. They've got where they've got tool shops, and they've got factories that they can easily produce all this stuff. So what we're doing is we're kind of partnering with them, bringing their brand to America, bringing what they've already got, getting that on the market here, but then also focusing on the 164 side. So we're going to start developing all brand new tools, selling them under the IXO America brand, and again with using their factories and their expertise.
Nice. Now, I saw you guys' panel yesterday, and I saw the drops. These are the very first drops that IXO America is going to do, and I can tell just by listening to you guys talk about them and watching you just react to different cars that go up there, you're really feeling these models that you're putting out.
Oh yeah, I am myself a huge car guy. I've been I was raised by a car guy. It's in my blood. It's kind of a passion, So yeah, when I decided to do a mold, I consider all the possibilities that could be, because it's not just a car. It's a lifestyle. It means something. It means something to me. I know it means something to you guys, and I don't want to be able to. I want that emotion to come through.
Right, and there's a very specific niche, year, generations that you're looking at, and those are bringing back memories for you, but you're also targeting a market who that was their first car, or that was their beater car, or their daily driver, or whatever. Tell us about some of the cars that you're going to be doing.
Yeah, so one of our first ones that we're coming out with is going to be a 73 to 80 square body GM. It's going to be a crew cab. We're going to have the fleet side and the dually. We got a lifted version. We got a slammed version. Really excited about that. That's going to be real fun to work on. Beyond that, we've got a full nose Ford F-Series. Again, we're going to do long bed. It's a single cab. We've got long bed, short bed, and the step side. Again, lifted. It's going to be. That's also going to be awesome. Doing a 75 to 81 Camaro. Yeah, that's kind of a. I don't know. I really like the 75 to 76. I don't know why. I think it's the bumpers that seem like they don't belong, but they just look cool. And a rally sport, I love the paint on the rally sport, and you can't not love the Z28. So.
Right. And I lost my microphone. Lost power. And lost power. And check.
Check. Check. Okay, so we're having a little bit of technical difficulties this morning, but so I think everybody's got their little pet car. I really love the C3s. Oh, sure, right? Yeah.
And whenever I think about Corvettes, that's the car that I'm drawn to because that's the one that I worked on, that's the one I restored, that's the one I was buying all the parts for. And I think that all of the vehicles that you just mentioned, I remember seeing around my neighborhood when I was growing up. Yeah. And all the guys out there, you were talking about modifications, lifted and slammed and different things. Those were, on one end of the street we had the rednecks who were doing the lifts and stuff, and on the other side we had the guys who were slamming them down to the ground and stuff, the hip hop crews, and different people have those emotions that are tied into it. And looking at the models that you do, and I can tell that there's just a lot of people who are really, really, really going to love that niche that you're trying to hit.
Yeah, and the great thing about both of those, lift or slam, it doesn't matter what you're into. It always looks good. If done well, it always looks good. But yeah, you're talking about one of the things we're trying to focus on are cars that are a little bit obscure, things that you wouldn't think of. We're going to do some things that you are familiar with, and you do love, but when you think back to different things from your childhood. I remember my mom had a 78 Plymouth Volare station wagon, canary yellow. She absolutely hated it. My dad bought it because he absolutely loved it. It had a 360 in it, and that's why he thought it was cool. She hated it, but yeah, just that kind of thing, just bring back a memory, evokes an emotion, that's what I'm trying to do here with this.
Now, if anybody on the floor has a 1976 International Travelall, come talk to me, because that's the car that I remember learning how to drive in snow in.
Yep.
You know, I was pulling Brody's in the parking lot in Lake Tahoe while my dad was in getting the supplies and things, and he'd come out and be like, "Well, what's this? That was there. I didn't do it."
It was like that when I got here.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no. So the emotion is really tied to it, and I see that coming through with you guys. The way you talk about the cars, the way you talk about the molds that you're doing. Now, let's talk about this exclusive here.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the car that you made for the show.
Yeah.
And
Exclusive.
you made how many pieces total for the show?
So we made 264 total.
264 pieces, and of those 264, 25 are signed by Clint, the designer.
Yes, yeah. Signed and numbered by me. Yep.
Okay, so we have 25 of 25 up here. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So this is our first release, and like I am if you didn't see my shirt, I'm a Mopar guy. I have a Challenger. I got a passion for this kind of stuff. So when it came time to choose, what casting we were going to do for our exclusive, I was like, okay, we're going to do a Challenger, right? Yeah. So we've done that. This was brand new packaging style. That's one of the things that we're a young company. We're just now finding out what we want to do and how we're going to do things. This is another. If anybody's got any sort of suggestions on anything, casting or whatever, let us know. We do want to hear from you. But this was just a passion project sort of thing.
Nice. And that's one of the things that I really loved about your panel too, is afterwards you were saying, come and talk to us, write down your ideas. We want to know what it is that you want from us. Yeah. And when people come up and they say things like, we want to see some patina on there, we want to see some rust spots, because a lot of these vehicles, especially from those years, sometimes they're doing it intentionally now, where they're keeping that because it's part of the history of the vehicle. Yep. But that is definitely a look for a bunch of these cars.
Yeah, and I personally think that's a really cool look, because that in and of itself tells a story, and one of the great things about cars, at least for me anyway, is the stories that they tell. They've all got heritage, they've all got something to tell you, and like I'm listening to them, if it's got that patina and it's a really good look, a lot of guys will just clear coat over that with like a matte coat, right, and it just keep it that way, fix all the problems, but keep it looking nice.
So we were at Atomic Motors the other day. Were you part of that conversation?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
you were there when we were talking about this. Okay, so yeah, it's funny because you just said that. I'm like, yeah, I said that. Yeah. So there are people who are restoring cars who really try to hit that patina, and it's hard because if you get the pebbling on top of the rust, it doesn't look right. So you got to get the rust cover on top of the pebbling. And then if you don't get the right sheen on top, so how do you protect your fake rust and not have it actually rust?
I don't know about that. I don't know. Yeah.
But you guys at this scale can just do like a matte finish, and you don't have to worry about how the sea air in San Francisco is going to ruin it.
Absolutely no, not at all.
Nice. So you did some drops last night at your party too, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, so that was where we kind of unveiled the Camaro. And we just yesterday, an hour or so before the actual unveiling, we were given photos of the actual test shots. So we showcased those last night. One of the other things that we discussed last night was one of our new castings is going to be one of our sales guys, Tim, great guy. He got hooked up with a customer who wanted to do some police cars, some the 2015 to 23 Dodge Charger police cars in Brazil. So he came to me and said, "Hey, I got a customer who wants these cars," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, yeah, we can do that. We're also gonna do the wide body Hellcat Scat Pack, so we're gonna do those too." And so we're doing that. So we're gonna be able to, we'll do the last call versions on those. Again, Mopar guy, so I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be fun. In cop cars, I don't know how everybody feels about cop cars, but some of those look really cool. They got really cool schemes on them, so looking forward to that too.
Well, yeah, now, and it's interesting. Am I still? Okay. It's interesting you say cop cars. There's in Rohnert Park, California. I'm from Sonoma County.
Yeah.
In Rohnert Park, California, all of the cars that they confiscate that are evidence, they make them into police cars. There's a Lambo in Rohnert Park that's got all of the black and whites on it. They don't use it. They use it for demonstrations or whatever, obviously, because they're not going to trust any beat
their
cop
program
right?
kind of stuff. Yeah.
But no, a bunch of the undercover guys are riding around in Escalades and stuff that are confiscated.
Yep.
But then they'll make black and whites out of the ones that can get up there on the freeways.
So I know you're saying I'm from Indianapolis, right? So there is a car that it's a Shelby Mustang, just a normal looking Shelby Mustang, but there's a cop.
And they put black and white livery on a Shelby?
Nope, it's just
okay.
a Shelby Mustang that they confiscated, and the cop drives around, and he waits for people to kind of like, come and try it, it's the most undercover car I've ever seen, and it's awesome. It's blue, white stripes, but it's like, that kind of thing.
I would think that, especially after the movie came out, what was that, Gone in 60 Seconds, right?
Yeah.
That would be one of the most recognizable cars on the road, that it would draw more attention than a black and white livery.
Well, this is it was like a 2018 or something like that, so more of a newer one.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah,
so we're not talking Eleanor.
No, no, that would be ridiculous. But awesome.
I think I just got pulled over by Nicky Cage. Right.
Speaking of Indianapolis, I did want to let everybody know that IXO America, we have the license for the IndyCar. So we are the exclusive supplier for die-cast replicas for IndyCar. And that's like, being from Indianapolis, a huge IndyCar fan. You go to the race almost every year, as often as I possibly can. So that's an exciting thing to do. We get to work with the teams, and we get to go to the track, and we get to, hang out like in the suites, and it's a beautiful facility. I recommend everybody going. If you haven't been there, go there. It's beautiful.
No, and that's great. Licensing is a huge part of this industry, and you guys got that license. And I've seen some of the stuff that you have over at your booth there. You've got the keychains and lapel pins, and do you have some of the cars there too?
Actually, we have two prototypes that we brought, and there was a Germany Toy Fair a couple months ago that we had an exclusive on, and we have one of those there just to kind of showcase, with the painted. So we got one painted with some livery on it, and then we got two just raw body kind of things. We do have a banner back there that has the 18 scale on it, so you can kind of see our 18 scale. We got 18 scale and 40 or 64 scale on those. And those, those will be hitting in May. They'll be for the race. Yeah.
Nice, cool. So today we've got lots of panels. We've got lots of things going on. There's entertainment. There are contests. They're doing Plinko. They're doing bingo. There are drops. Everything going on today. There's parties going on upstairs later this evening. So check out the floor. Definitely get over in this corner. See the IXO America booth. They've got their con exclusive. They also have their con exclusive.
Yep.
25 of 25 signed by Mr. Clint here. It's a really exciting time to be involved, and just go out there, start talking to people. Definitely make it over to the IXO America booth. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you.